Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Biscuit and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is your puppy's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands. The correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give here at school is a tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Now, you have a sporting dog, so it's important to remember that they're very instinct driven, and we have some very active birds back here in the back today. So when he acts a little distracted, we're going to show you how to get him back on track. Now, he's sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash without pulling you and dragging you down the street, and the command is Biscuit, heel. Now, at this point, Biscuit has a job to do, and that is to stay even with Rich's left leg when he's walking. He should not be dragging you down the street, but he should be walking like a gentleman. And each time that you stop your feet, Biscuit has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. So when you stop to cross traffic or talk to someone on the street, he should be sitting nicely at your left and waiting for his next command. He should not be jumping on the person that you're talking to. He should be sitting like a gentleman, and everything that we're doing here is about focus and self-control. Now, the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, we are not going to use his name. The long sit stay, when you're practicing at home, when you can practice indoors, is for about 30 seconds, and you're going to slowly work up to 3 minutes. This is an exercise that helps to develop self-control. When Rich returns back to him, he walks all the way around him, ending up back where they started. So remember, everything starts and stops at heel position. And Biscuit remained seated until Rich got all the way back to his shoulders and gave him the next command, which was to heel. And they take off heeling again. Nice automatic sits. If Rich turns, he should turn. If Rich speeds up or slows his pace, the dog should do the same. So he should be more focused on you and what you're doing than what's going on around him, which for a sporting breed is difficult. Rich leaves him in a sit-stay. And you can see that if Rich is watching his body language, and if it looks as though he's going to get up, he says, no, stay. Now this time, instead of returning back to him, Rich is going to demonstrate the come on command. It's Biscuit, come. And Biscuit has been taught to come and sit right in front of you facing your knees, and then he flips around right back to heel position and back sitting. He's learned a lot while he's been here, and he's done a very good job. And I do recommend with this breed that you practice every day. He needs this mental stimulation. And use your commands in your house. Sit and stays at all your entries and exits. Now, because he didn't do it, Rich is going to go back and make him do it properly. You don't give up. You make him do it, because you can see that he clearly knows it, but that if he can get out of it, he will try. And Rich will call him in again. And if he comes in and puts his front feet on you or jumps on you, he shouldn't get petted. He shouldn't get petted unless he's sitting nicely in front of you. No more mauling you, jumping all over you. He's going to be a much happier dog, and you're going to be a much happier owner if he's listening to you. Now, the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating are your down commands. So you always have your dog seated before you attempt to put him into a down. Rich is going to use his left open palm straight down toward the ground on the one-word command to down and stay. Now your long down stay is a command that he will hold for longer, so start out at about 1 minute and slowly work up to 5 minutes. If he starts sniffing, you're going to tell him no, because that's not a part of it. When Rich returns back to him, again, he walks all the way around him, just as he did on the sit stay, back to heel, and they take off heeling again. And Biscuit's very intelligent, so he can do these commands without really looking at you. What we like to see is that eye contact. We want to see him looking at you. There we go.
Down. No.
Now, he was going to be silly, and don't let him do that. Rich got him right up, healed him right out of that.
Stay.
Down and stay. So you can see that he will test you at home. And our job is to make sure that you're up for the challenge. And this time Rich will call him out of that. And he went back to heel on his own. That's how well he knows this stuff. He can do this in his sleep, but sometimes he chooses to be a brat. And the last command that we're going to demonstrate for you is your down from a distance. So with your dog seated, you leave him in a sit stay and you turn to face him. Don't go too far away in the beginning.
Down.
Use your right hand to give the command and you drop him into a down and then give him a stay with the flat of your palm. Now, we have demonstrated for you all of Biscuit's formal on-leash obedience commands. Rich is going to come tomorrow with a packet of information for you, answering any questions about different things in and around your home. And we're going to be there for you if you have any questions after graduation. We've enjoyed having Biscuit, and we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.